Welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Northern Delinquents podcast. Hey. It is your man, T Squared. I have my man David over to the corner. I have Michael.
What up?
Yeah, Joseph.
What's up?
We are chilling in the basement.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Another
sir.
night.
Another
couple
good
of drinks
podcast.
with us.
And remember, Blackburn does not exist. It's not a real place.
Now I remember at Gabe's we were like, man, this place is so clean. And then we went from like, this place is so clean to recording the worst podcast that we ever did in our lives. That shit was terrible,
I
man.
haven't seen it. Which one was that?
That was the one that just went up. That was
We ain't
number
even
8.
upload the whole thing. It was ass, and I want my jewel back.
Okay, well, I need to get a hit.
Bro, I just saw you hit that shit like 4 times.
So?
Alright.
Shit.
What's up, Tristan? How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of tired from these last couple nights because about the Trevor Noah show.
Oh,
If anyone was there, though, I highly recommend
Tell them the
that
date.
you comment down below and let us know what you thought.
What was it called?
It's called
Trevor Noah, Loud and Clear.
Trevor Noah, yeah.
This is his new special. It was actually really good. Like,
Yeah.
He was doing a tour, and that was a nice tour.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot better than I thought it was.
You gotta start drinking up. See?
Hey,
Look at that.
hey, Joey, I won't have this shit. I won't have this background shit, okay? Same rules as last time. I'm gonna call you out.
Alright.
Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I'd only ever seen his late night show, and obviously he's a team of writers. Like, he doesn't write most of that show. And personally...
He had 2 of his writers as openers.
Yeah.
He had the black guy that was kind of like a mix of Urkel and Everyone Hates Chris.
Yeah.
And then he had the first guy, which was like that guy where he's like, what is it? He's like, 38 assholes tied in a knot. I swear to God, that's what that fucking guy looked like.
Oh
my
my
God,
God,
and
yeah.
a mix of Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
That's what this guy fucking looked like.
You know that was the 38 assholes dude. That was fucking George Carlin, wasn't it?
Oh, well, no wonder.
Yeah.
George Carlin, the fucking stand-up guy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's why he looks like George Carlin. Because he's not funny.
Ooh.
David,
Yeah.
no, I'm not even joking. David, tell these people.
He started really strong. He came in, he was making a couple Trump jokes, got some audience support, because obviously we're Canadian. He's like, oh, you guys are better than us, and the crowd's like, that's right, we are better than you right now. And then from there, he just went downhill, man. One of his jokes was, it's a Trump wall, so he's going to have a roller coaster on it.
He's going to have slot machines on one side.
I didn't get, what
It's
the
gonna
fuck?
Be 3D.
Honestly,
What the fuck was the point of the
Yeah.
roller coaster joke? He's talking. I've never seen.
He's-
I don't
and
think
I'm
Donald
not
Trump's
even-
ever built a
No,
roller
but
coaster.
Hold up.
the way he was telling these jokes, I swear to God, and Joey, if you were there, you'd have turned around and been like, Tristan, you could have opened for him.
yeah.
Like, the way that
honest.
he was telling the jokes,
Yeah.
just because he was up there, he was being confident, and that was it. That was the only reason. His delivery sucked.
Yeah.
Like
Delivery is so fucking important.
He had a little bit of like a Bill Burr delivery, except his material wasn't good.
But he just kept yelling.
Yeah.
He didn't switch it up. He just
Yeah,
kept
Bill
yelling.
Burr just sort of does like a dry delivery, and then he moves on. This dude
He's
was
like, you know what?
I like
Just
Bill
fucking
Burr.
take her.
Bill
Yeah,
Burr is
he-
punchy
Bill
with his
Burr is
delivery.
he
Fuck, he's
riffed
great.
on.
It's like he's fighting when he's doing stand-up. Like,
Yeah,
he's
it's
incredible.
true. He riffed on like hunting, and then he started getting into like the fucking really stupid hack jokes about getting old. Everyone's done a joke about oh my penis doesn't work anymore, sir. You understand, right? Oh, here's a young person, sir. You're young, right? Oh, you have a penis. Like it's just like, man, we've
Real
all
quick.
heard this shit before, bro.
Real quick, I just want to say, Donald Trump jokes are so fucking stale.
Yeah.
It's not that he doesn't deserve being joked about because he's a fucking goon, but oh my God, it's like
just-
the most base fucking joke you
Well,
can
I mean,
tolerate.
the thing is, it's good that they've gone stale because that opens up the possibility for the ironic ones, right?
Yeah,
Like, those work well.
but those don't work on stage.
No, they don't.
Irony for like memes and shit does not work on stage.
They can't be staged, right? They have to be like... They can't... It
Just
has
some
to happen
fucking
naturally.
retarded picture on Instagram. But the
Right?
thing is, the
Because they're
joke.
not that fucking
Yeah,
funny.
every joke about Donald Trump, as soon as somebody starts saying it, you immediately think to yourself, "Oh, this shit again."
It depends, man. It depends, because he came in and I think he did like 8 quick Donald Trump jokes. And the first 2, I was like, that was pretty solid. The thing is, most of what you can say about Donald Trump has already been said.
Exactly.
And that's sort of what this dude was doing. It's not that his jokes weren't funny. It's like, if he was the first person to tell all of those jokes, it'd be pretty good. But the thing is, I've heard all of your jokes like 3 words off before.
Yeah, it's like... He's orange. It's
In
like,
comparison, the second the second opener was so much better. That black dude, John Johnson, I think.
Yeah.
John Johnson.
He hit. I think his last name
like
is
a fuck-
Johnson.
you know what
This sounds like a fake name you give to a cop.
Yeah.
No, but
Come up with a
Joey.
name for my-
Joey.
Don't whisper it, Mike. Just say
Joey.
some shit into the mic, bro.
Okay, no,
Oh, okay.
wait. The guy who was telling these jokes, he was another writer on The Daily Show.
Yeah.
For Trevor. But the way this guy was telling the jokes, he was like doing that black comedian thing where he does the pauses, but he does them so well because he lines up his stories. This is what the first guy had the problem with. He would tell a joke, but he wouldn't end it properly. He would just tell the joke.
Yeah.
This guy fucking delivered. This guy would tell the story and he would follow it.
John Johnson?
Yeah, this guy.
John
I don't think that's
No.
his. I don't think that's his right name, but it was something along those lines.
John Johnson.
I think it was something Johnson. Maybe.
Dwayne John. You guys saw Dwayne Johnson
Yeah, we saw
live
Dwayne
on
Johnson.
stage?
That explains why he had all the muscles. No, I honestly think that young opener has potential to be better.
Well, no wonder he's a fucking writer.
Then
He's
Trevor
probably
Noah.
getting paid like $100,000 for that fucking thing.
Yeah, well, I expect Trevor Noah brought his the two best
fact he
the two
brought him?
best stand-up writers with him. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that first
Yeah.
guy though.
He wasn't good,
I
but
feel like he was still giving him a shot because
in comparison though, right? When you saw this dude, the next two was like, oh my god, these guys are great at comedy, and I kind of feel like that should be a thing in specials where they open it with like the worst comedian ever, and then in comparison,
Okay.
the bar just gets so low in
I'm
everybody's
gonna
head.
tell you right now. I was listening to a Joey Diaz podcast. He talks about this.
Yeah,
He says he used to know, and what was the fucking guy that did this? In his early years, Joe Rogan used to do this, and Patrice Wilson used to do this.
Oh, Patrice
Patrice Wilson, Patrice O'Neill, the big black guy who
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Okay, Patrice O'Neill, he used to bring people on stage.
And try stand up before he went on.
Well, no, he would like kind of work his way into it where he would be like, I'm just going up. When he would tell this guy, he was like, I'm going to pay you $60 to come open for me on like some fucking stage. And not only that, you're going to be paid by the guys who are organizing it. And then they wouldn't do as well. They weren't ready
Right.
to open up. But the thing is that if you find somebody else like Bobby Lee,
Yeah.
his third time, it was like his fourth or fifth time doing an open mic night. Some comedian, I can't remember, it was Robbie something, came up to him and he's like, you're fucking weird, bruh. And he's like,
Yeah.
and Bobby's just like, thanks, man. And then he's like, I want you to open for me in Vegas, bro. And then in the next week, he's opening in front of like fucking 400 people.
Yeah, and he's on
Like,
Mad TV.
And he's
in
on
a
Mad
year.
TV.
Yeah.
This is like his fucking fifth time doing an open mic. Like he's an open micer.
Yeah.
Like he's going in every fucking like whatever Thursday or Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's doing open mics.
Just
The fifth
hustling.
time he opens in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking
Yeah.
insane.
But Bobby Lee is like, for him, it's not about the material. He's such a funny dude
He's just
in this world. You know what I mean? Even if he wasn't doing comedy, people that hung out with him would be like, "That's the funniest dude I know."
He's that type of comedian where he knew when he was young, or no, that's not even true because he always used to say that. He always used to say that he wasn't funny. Like he grew up in a neighborhood where it was mostly white people. His
Yeah.
dad was a Korean street hustler, and he worked his way up to the top.
Yeah.
And then they were at a comedy club once, and his friend dared him to go up and do it. And that's
Yeah.
how he started. And he
Well-
didn't even make any jokes. He just made weird noises.
I remember
Like, weird Asian
him
noises.
talking about one time when he was in kindergarten and he told some joke or he did something stupid and he saw a girl laugh. And at that moment, he realized, like, oh, I'm not good looking. I'm not charismatic.
But I'm funny.
This is
But
the
I'm
way I
funny.
get girls. And so apparently when he started, in the first couple times he was doing comedy, this girl gave him her number after social, that you're really funny. And then he was like, next thing I know, I'm a virgin who's like 20. And all of a sudden I'm 69ing with this beautiful girl as soon as I started doing comedy. So, like, it's really funny because Bobby Lee's a really successful comedian. he got on that shit for the pussy, bro.
Well, no.
Here's the fact. The more time a girl you're with spends laughing, the more time she has her eyes closed. So it doesn't matter how fucking ugly you are.
Well, no. Here's the thing. He talks about this. And he was at a comedy club.
Yeah.
And he's headlining, right?
Yeah.
Because I can't remember the guy. Anyways, the club owner or the manager, he's like, Bobby, I need you to come up here. The guy canceled on me. So he goes up and he's headlining.
Yeah.
This is like his first headline.
Yeah.
He kills it. He levels that fucking room.
Yeah.
And not even 30 minutes later, he gets a call, and this girl's like calls him, and she's like, "Hi." She's like, she was like the doorman who was the headliner, Bobby Lee. She's like, "Can I speak to him?" And then he's like, "You're so funny." He was like, "Are you single?" And then he just turns around, and he was like, and then like 2 days later, I'm in Oceanside View in your mansion eating your pussy. Like, that's what fucking happened. And Joey Diaz turns around, and he was like, "That's what that fucking." He's like, that's what that open mic life is about. He was like, you show up in fucking rags and you come out of that house like a fucking doctor.
Yeah, man.
My life be like eating pussy.
Yeah, that was wild, bro. Anyways, the show's pretty fucking good. I liked it.
I love the show. It's fucking delicious.
Trevor Noah.
It was fucking delicious.
we were 8 rows
in 2K19. It was fucking delicious.
We were 8 rows away from this fucking guy.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's doing a stadium tour, and I felt like we were at a fucking comedy club with him, except I kept on hearing people laugh behind me, and I was like,
I looked behind me, and there's like 400 people.
It's so weird, because like
me.
the actual floor that he's performing on was very small. There was only like 8 rows. Like, that's like, the amount of people in there, that's like a comedy club, maybe, or a tiny theater. And then, as Tristan and I sit down, we got there like pretty much as soon as they opened the doors. We're sitting down, and we look back, and all of a sudden, all of these seats are filled. It went from like us sitting in the front with like maybe a couple hundred people. We look back, now we're
like
in a room with 3 grand
Christ.
people. It was crazy, and I kept on. It was so weird. I would hear people laughing from so far away. Like, how the fuck are you even hearing this right now?
And here's the thing: the speakers are right fucking there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so loud.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like, it was
Trevor Noah's voice
unnecessarily loud. It wasn't even him.
Well, hey, if they got to get to the people in the back.
Well, no, that's
I'm
the thing.
pretty
But
sure
we're
it was
right fucking there.
I'm pretty sure it was close enough. Like, if we were close enough to him without a mic, if he was just talking loud, we probably could have heard it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing we were talking about is that that arena probably held like around 3,200, maybe 3,500 people. Now here's the thing: if you get 3,000 views on YouTube, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
When you're in a live fucking concert and you see 3,000 people and they're
Christ.
listening to you and you're up there with a mic and a spotlight on you,
Must be fucking.
that's fucking horrendous. So when people complain, they're like, "Oh, we got 16,000 views," and you fit those fucking people inside of a stadium, it totally changes your perspective.
But here's the difference. It's not hard to click on a video.
Yeah.
It is hard to
it's
spend
not.
money and go to a comedy show,
And
right?
stay there the
So
whole
you
time.
can
comedy
get
show.
60,000
click.
views and then do a comedy
No,
show
but
with
just
15
about the mass
people.
numbers. Just about the mass numbers.
Yeah, if you take the numbers, I mean, it's crazy. There's so many people, and all of them are in one place for the first time.
I mean,
right? When else has everyone in the world been in one fucking place? We're all on the internet. We're all chilling.
Okay.
Everyone's on YouTube.
But think about this, all right? One view is like no commitment whatsoever. Like a like on a video is a little different. A sub is a little different. Right?
Yeah.
Well, sub is money.
Yeah.
Fucking-
exactly.
I don't know the ratios, but
Driving
I know
out to an actual comedy venue and buying a seat to watch this dude do stand-up comedy in front of your very eyes. That is way different.
Yeah.
When you're looking at all those people and you're thinking to yourself, man, every single person in this room had to spend money to be here and actually fucking got up out of their beds to come and see me. That must be a pretty scary feeling.
But he has a show.
Yeah, that
He has
Yeah,
a
so he's
show.
used to it.
He
But
has a
imagine
show.
it's your first comedy routine that you're doing in front of a big
Well, one of those openers.
Yeah.
One of those openers was performing, like, he's a writer. He's
Honestly,
in a room with like 20 people.
I'd have fucking gone up
Fucking
there in a
writer.
diaper. I would have shit my pants seeing that many people.
Well, my first open
That's
mic.
why you don't work for him.
No, but my
Trevor Noah does not work with motherfuckers in diapers, okay?
Bro, I don't know anybody who does.
His trash would be smelling like the pussy he had last week.
Oh, Jesus.
The only
Amy
person...
Schumer.
Oh!
No.
Okay, we're gonna
You're
talk-
saying about who works in diapers, and I was like, oh, maybe she.
Okay, we're not
She
going to
does
loop
fucking
around to
gifts all the
shitty
time.
comedians again, okay?
Listen, I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
she's not shitty. She's just I don't find her funny.
This is
She's
a
not,
little
she's
bit
not
off
shitty
topic.
because she's one of the
Yeah.
richest comedians in the world, so she's obviously doing something right.
Yeah, she appeals to a lot of people.
She does.
And she makes a lot of people hate her at the
I
same
just
time.
don't like her. I don't like her jokes. But somebody could turn around to me and be like, "How do you like Joey Diaz? He just talks about dirty shit all the time. He doesn't make any jokes. He just says dirty shit. He's not a fucking comedian." Like, you could argue that.
Yeah.
But he's also been doing it since he was like.
You can look at things on a surface level and have an entirely different opinion from a dedicated fan.
Well,
It's-
the
it's
thing
your-
is,
it's your pick of
music, comedy, entertainment, it's all subjective.
It's all
Yeah.
subjective.
The only difference between someone like Amy Schumer and Joey Diaz is that she pisses a lot of people off. She's got a core fan base of millions of people, but it's offset by the hundreds of millions that don't like her. She's still selling out shows. She's still getting views. She's still gonna remain a very successful comedian.
Mike.
But a lot of people still gonna hate her. You think she was stealing jokes?
Yes. That's a fucking proven shit.
Yeah. I mean,
Alt F4, Jesus Christ. He's on command prompt right now, futzing around.
yeah, what are you doing, bro?
Anyway, I want to get your guys' opinion on this. How do you feel about comedians being fucking, like, unable to tell certain jokes because it'll offend people and they might get their job completely destroyed. Their career is just gone.
Well, I don't know. I think it's less of a. I think because like stand-up comedians suffer from that the least because no one can fire a stand-up comedian.
That's true.
Because
No,
it'll
but
piss
it can
off.
ruin their career.
It can definitely ruin your
It
reputation.
might ruin the image a little, but for a stand-up
For the
comedian, if
most
people
part,
are still laughing, you're gonna
Yeah,
get you're gonna get money.
everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're so mad." Kevin Hart said that he doesn't like the gays, and then he probably sold out a 10,000 person
Exactly.
arena that
Yeah.
night.
Go
You know
fuck
what I mean? That's way more of a problem for people in entertainment.
Well,
like an
yeah,
actor,
I think it's dope.
like
it's
an
totally
actor
actors.
can have tons of fans and just be blacklisted,
It
or a
all
writer,
depends.
or
Yeah.
director, whoever.
Because as soon as you have controversy attached to you as an actor,
yeah,
you're not going to get movies, and that's
well,
your main fucking
someone
source.
who gets their
Well, that's why there's
revenue.
cover-ups for that kind of thing, right? And another thing I think is interesting is you see YouTubers, right? They can say subjective shit and it can turn on them real fast. But if we're talking about like a stand-up comedian, they can say like they can stretch shit pretty far and still be pretty reputable.
Yeah.
Well, the
Just-
thing is, stand-up comedians have the least amount of people controlling them.
Yeah.
Unless they're doing bigger deals. Like, there's a lot of shit Kevin Hart. Like, he's so big that he can't say. But when you got the types of fans that, you go to a city, and if people want to watch you tell jokes, they're going to pay for it, and they're going to come see it. There's no Twitter rage that can say, hey, you guys aren't allowed to go to this comedy
and
show.
also, what is the venue going to do? Not let you in? You're making them money. That's not going to happen.
Absolutely.
As an
Very few
actor,
places would blacklist you, and even the ones that did, okay, fine, this club will host
just
me,
move
and
over.
they'll make this money. That's
And-
cool.
as an actor, people will specifically not go to see the movies you're in. And that's what gets big production companies to not host the actor. And that's
Yeah,
what
because
gets
they're
them to
held
not
to a
make
higher
more.
standard. If you
You
sell...
know who the number one richest comedian is in the
Who?
world? Larry David. He's got a net
Oh,
worth of
yeah.
he's got a net worth of $930 million.
Yeah, probably Seinfeld's
He's
up there
60
too.
He's 70,000 away from being a billionaire.
Yeah, well, Netflix
You know who the
gave...
second is?
Who?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
At
Netflix...
850
Yeah,
million.
Netflix gave Seinfeld $120 million to make like 3 stand-up specials and keep on making comedians getting coffee in cars.
Yeah.
Sorry. Comedians on hoverboards. Getting sushi.
One of my favorite things is that as soon as that fucking comedians in cars getting coffee thing came out, me and Tristan just started memeing on it hard. Like, we just talked
I
about...
actually watched it. I used to take bong hits and then get an espresso because I wasn't doing coke back then, right?
Yeah.
So I'd take bong hits.
Nope.
I'd take the espresso and I'd start to get jittery and I'd be like, "Fucking this." Oh, this just pisses me off. The number 7 richest comedian in the world is Adam Sandler at a net worth of
Adam fucking Sandler?
Listen to this.
But why are you
What is this guy-
surprised?
But listen, what is this guy gonna do with $350 million fucking dollars? This is how rich this nigga is.
It's got
$350 million.
I'm
Maybe
not
film a movie
mad
in a place where you can go party with his friends.
I'm not surprised, okay? I'm
fucking
pissed
people from
off
Grown
that
Ups
it's true.
Yeah, that's
Kevin
do you
Hart,
not
what's
know
his
about
name?
that conspiracy about how Adam Sandler just films movies in like nice places so he can party with his friends? Have you not heard of that?
Fucking hate Adam Sandler.
I don't even think that's
Dumbass.
a conspiracy. Listen, I don't hate Adam Sandler because That's My Boy is one of my favorite movies, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He has dropped off so fucking hard. You ever see
Yeah,
that picture
bro,
of
but
him
it's
at the
like he's got
Pixels
$300
thing?
million. Do you think he gives a fuck?
At the fucking Pixels, like, red carpet thing, there's a picture of him with, like, the peace sign up, and he looks so
Oh my god.
sad and scared. He's like... You can tell that he's thinking to himself, like, if this movie doesn't fucking hit, I'm done.
On an average show of Jerry Seinfeld, his average contract he signs, he gets paid $57.5 million.
Yep.
That's his average sale. But listen to this. This actually makes me happy. The 6th highest paid comedian of 2018 was Gabriel Iglesias. Fluffy.
Hey!
His average shows gets $20.5 million. Which is fucking good.
Gabriel Iglesias is dope.
So that means... He's making money.
I'm not a huge Gabriel Iglesias fan.
There's a couple of his jokes I like where he's talking about going to a taco truck when he's drunk.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, where's that?
I like Gabriel Iglesias. He's funny.
He's got a lot of good work in his catalog.
And he's not like the kind of person who you'd just be like, oh, fuck, I hate Gabriel Iglesias. But he's funny, though. Like, he's an okay dude. He's got a wife. He's got a
I don't
child.
think he's a bad dude.
Looking out for his health.
I don't think he's... I think some people, like, he's top 10. Like, he
No.
hasn't been top 10 in a decade.
Did you know that Larry the Cable Guy did the voice of Mater on Cars?
Yes.
I did know that.
Everybody
What?
knew that.
I didn't know that.
You
I didn't know
fuckers.
I didn't even see Cars and I know that.
What's his
Who
title?
else would it
all three.
be? I saw the trailer and I was like, that's Larry the Cable Guy.
Fucking Tom Mater. How do you not fucking...
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be fucking anyone putting on a voice.
It could be anyone. Anyone but Larry the Cable Guy, right, Tristan?
Oh, that dog mine.
Oh, that dog, man.
Anyways.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's fucking clearly Larry the Cable Guy. Fuck.
I think it's obvious too, but
Yeah.
you know, if you haven't heard a lot of his shit, it just sounds like a southern accent.
Okay.
Well, I'm cutting that part out
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure. What the fuck was that?
Look, you can-
Tristan, you can watch fucking skateboard videos, bro, but at least mute that shit. They all have the worst audio ever. It's just wheels on concrete.
well, it's either wheels on concrete or dubstep.
Like a fucking 2006 video of somebody jumping into a lake.
Shut up. You do not watch skateboard videos. It's not dubstep. It's either punk or like old school rap. That's all that they play. That's literally all that they play. It's either like in the newer videos, it's like newer rap.
Yeah.
I've never seen a skateboard video that plays dubstep. Maybe like house. But, like not
This shit is
dubstep.
fucking hot. You guys got problems. I'm
I don't
not
know.
passing
I
it
can-
back
I
to
haven't
you.
hit this yet. You guys are like jacking it all up with your
Get a
crack.
cigarette.
It's true. Yo, on the real, like,
Oh, we gotta be able
just
to smoke.
Mike and Joey, during the course of this podcast, have
You know
made
why?
it almost a quarter of the way through a jewel pod, and neither of them smoke or have vapes. Like,
You know why, Dave? Because we're
Goddamn.
fucking troopers, okay?
y'all are
no.
close to that addiction.
We gotta smoke. We gotta smoke on the podcast because it's gonna deepen the voice and it'll be like, you know, what's fucking going on.
Yeah.
Get some of that Joey Diaz
Get
fucking
that
gravitas going.
Resounding bass.
It's gonna
So-
sound like
so
you're
it
trying to
works.
cough something up.
That's how it works, right? You
like
smoke
Cleveland Browns.
one cigarette and you're like, ugh.
Like when Joey Diaz starts talking about life, you're like, everything this guy is saying.
It's like
is true.
gangster ASMR. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is.
It's gangster ASMR. 'Cause he's just like, no, because he's just sitting there and he's talking. He's just like, I go and I think to myself, when am I gonna become a father? You know.
This is how he sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how he sounds
Yeah.
all the time. Could you imagine waking up to this guy?
Like if he pulled a gun on me, I don't know what I'd do because he'd just be like, here's what's gonna happen.
Here's what's gonna
That's
happen.
why one of my creepiest nights.
It's like, you're gonna give me all your fucking
like-
money right now, and I'd just be like, yeah, it is gonna happen.
Yeah.
You were his girl for the night. I got stuff. You either go now or you have breakfast. Then you have to go after.
Mike, you gotta listen to his fucking stories, and he goes on. He's like, I'm walking down the hallway, and some guy comes up. He's like, hey, buy some Coke. He's like, no, but let's see what you got. he's like, you know you're gonna come in, and she's only coming in for one thing. You're not gonna watch no fucking movie. You're not coming in here to eat no chips.
I fucking love.
I'm gonna put a fucking rock in that pussy, and I'm gonna eat that thing. And then Theo's like, he's like, you do that? You've never fucking do that before? He's like, you've never done that before? He's like, you gotta do that when he's coming back to New York. He's coming back.
I love the way Joey Diaz talks.
Yeah.
Everything he says, you're like.
When I listen to that shit on the when I used to listen to that when I was on the bus and I was going to Algonquin, I'd always like sit there and it was like I was like fast forwarding the bus ride. Like whenever you listen to when you're listening to Hannibal.
Yeah, it's true. I just listen to Hannibal on the bus. I don't know. I think Hannibal is like the funniest.
You saw that movie. You saw that movie Tag, right?
I didn't see Tag.
There's a funny part where he's okay. I'm just gonna show it to you later. It's really funny.
Yeah. All right, we got any topics today?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We've talked a little bit about the show here. Do we have some good shit to talk about?
Bit.
You got a topic?
No, I don't. But,
okay.
I mean, I fucking swear I did. Give me a minute. It'll come to me.
Okay, Tristan, you bring any shit with you?
Yeah. If anybody's got any good hash shit there.
Hash pipes on it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's just, if anybody's wondering, Tristan just showed me a video of a pound of weed that I've already seen today. Yeah. I've had a nug like that before. One time I got a nug that was, I think, 5.5 grams.
Real quick, he just showed us a nug that is about the size of 2 apples.
It's probably 10G.
Brandon had an 8.7 nug.
Like,
he got from the stock,
right?
Yeah,
no.
At that time he sold me like a 5.5 gram nug.
That's when I was selling ounces. Like he wasn't fronting me. I was buying them because I wasn't gonna make any money.
I refuse to have this shit.
You need the fan to get.
Can you toss me your shoulder?
Yeah.
I haven't hit this yet.
All right, listen. If anybody has words to speak, just talk louder than anyone else who's talking right now.
All right.
I want to get everybody's opinion on censorship and whether or not it is a viable way to treat the media.
Is this menthol or what is this?
It is mint. Yeah.
Like, what are you guys' thought on censoring stuff that's offensive?
It depends on the stuff.
Okay.
If it's
like it depends. Definitely, I don't think little kids should be watching porn.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think they should be watching that
grade 6.
That weird Spider-Man Elsa type of shit.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that are very censored. I saw an interesting video talking about the early days of South Park. They ridiculed censorship a lot.
Yeah.
And
that was even before.
They had a whole episode about being able to say shit on television.
Yeah, they said shit 200 times. And the point of the episode was, it's a word and it doesn't matter.
Right. And Mr. Garrison, because he was gay, he was like, hey, shitty, fake, shitty, fake, how do you do?
I personally believe that you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And if people don't like it, then they don't have to listen to it.
I'm sending streaks right now.
Didn't say that.
Yeah, no, I think that there's a lot of stuff where it's like, emphasizing not letting your kids hear swear words. Like, kids want to hear swear words. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you don't let your kid listen to any swear words or don't tell them any, they're going to look for them. I'm going to tell you right now, I have an older sister. When I was a little kid, I was like, please tell me all the bad words.
How old's your sister?
4 years older than me.
Okay.
So right now, like 22.
Okay.
And I was like, please just tell me all the bad words. And so we sat down, I remember in the kitchen, and she told me all the bad words she knew. And after she told me all those bad words, I was like, okay, I don't need to say them.
Yeah.
That mystery.
You were a shitty kid.
And then
I just when my parents fighting.
When all of her kids would think, oh man, it's so funny, I just said shit. I was like, bro, I already heard this shit in the kitchen, I don't care.
I already heard this shit up in the kitchen.
I don't know, it was just like all of the magic of like, that's a bad thing is gone when it's just laid out for you. You know what I mean? I think most parents should tell their kids how it is.
You know what it is? I remember back when like me and Joey were first hanging out back in like grade 6.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like what was it? The main thing at the time was like going out, because like the people that were popular at the school had like people over and they were having sleepovers and they were bringing girls over. And, like, even in like grade 7 and 8, it was like oddly there was odd tensions.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because nobody had the information. Nobody knew.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to fuck.
But no one knew.
Nobody knew how to do it.
Nobody was like.
It's like, I want to do something right now, but I have no fucking clue what it is.
Everyone wants the fuck, but nobody knows what the fuck.
Yeah, well, and I mean the increase of the internet. If you give your kids an iPad and you don't think they have access to every porn website in the world, you're
that Trevor Noah
idiot.
thing he brought up. Trevor Noah talked about a bit for like 45 minutes about porn. About he was like I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm serious, I did.
Yeah, he did a whole thing about how he thought it was bad for the male brain. And, you know, like, I don't disagree with him inherently. I also think
I
that
don't want to eat this.
if you're older, it doesn't fucking matter. He was talking about, all of his main points were basically, when you watch porn, it gives you this weird idea of what sex is versus what it actually is.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you're a kid,
But that's not.
it
but
does,
that's true.
right?
But
If you are a young person and you don't know about sex and you see that, it gives you the wrong impression. I don't think little kids
I
should
thought I
be
was
watching
doing something
porn.
illegal.
Yeah, but
Like I thought I was doing something illegal when I first discovered it. Like I literally first discovered it because I put the keywords in my head.
yeah,
And I was like, if I search this and someone told me not to, I was going to do it. Because I remember I asked my dad once and he was like, don't search that. I was like, okay, well now I'm going to fucking search.
yeah. You know, I didn't ever find porn or even start jerking off very like late into my life. Probably later than like 90% of most guys. And
You mean later or
earlier
earlier?
than 90% of most girls. Because that's how I think I was like 14 the first time I jerked off, which I think is pretty late. And I remember it was I had no
I
idea.
can't even fucking remember.
How to
It was
look at-
I
My
think
first
it
time was
like
6th grade. I remember
13.
that.
Jesus
Or
Christ.
You want to know how I
13
found
or
out
14.
about porn
Yeah.
and
I don't know
that
if you
kind of
did.
shit?
Don't worry. I think it was like 13, 14.
Yeah. This is actually interesting. When's the first time you jerked off? And what was the first thing that was like,
Comment down
now I'm
below.
going to do it?
Alright.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Alright. This is kind of stupid, but someone told a joke about 69ing, and I'm like, I don't get it. And then he's talking about penises and vaginas and shit, and I'm like, I still don't get
When
it.
that was when
And
that was
and
like
everyone's like, okay, whatever, Mike. And I'm like, okay, I'll just look it up at home. And I look it up, I'm like, oh, I thought I knew what sex was. I thought, like, you know, the guy jerks off and he shoots it into her. I didn't know that it was a whole thing. No, I didn't.
Yeah. And how old were you at the time?
He was like,
This was 6th grade,
we were
like
12,
mid 6th
13.
grade.
That's pretty early, man.
This was this was right after.
Well, you know what it was, and I'll tell you right now, David, because if Elijah was here, he'd be like, "Ah, that's so fucking true."
Yeah,
That's the grape soda.
Elijah.
That would literally.
Man, if
that would
Elijah
literally
was
do it.
here, he'd be like, "Bro, y'all on some fuck shit. I jerked off when I was 6."
No, he would go around. out
Yeah,
on
and
the
you're
playground.
fucked up, bro. I get it.
David, he would go around on the playground and tell people, he'd be like, go home and don't search. Or no, he'd go out and he'd be like, go home and search blue waffle and figure out
Oh,
what
what
that
a
is.
fucker.
No, you remember that?
Yeah.
He used to go around, and then for a long time, Finn and Nate, they'd make the joke. They'd always go up to kids that didn't know, and he'd be like, you want to be part of the Pen 15 Club? Well, write it on your locker. And they did. I can't remember who they... I think they wrote it on Cameron's locker. They wrote it on Cameron's locker. They wrote Pen 15. And when the teacher saw it, and she was like... She did that thing. I think it was Miss Mackenzie. 'Cause she was like...
Oh, fuck. Did the glasses.
Did the
fucking
glasses.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Yo, wait. For a second, let's talk about her.
Miss Mackenzie?
This bitch, if you're listening right now, this bitch, the Ottawa Carleton District School Board, if I ever become rich, I am not sending my kid to that fucking school. I'm gonna send my kid to fucking not even to this country.
Just homeschool him.
Oh yeah, so we can end up like you.
Do not. You will
I
fuck
wasn't
your kid up.
homeschooled. That's why I'm like this.
Justin's
Sorry.
gonna fuck his kid up if he homeschools him. Just saying that right now.
Oh man, I got a killer canker, and every time I drink alcohol, I'm like, man, it hurts so much.
Where you guys?
Has anyone swam in the ocean?
Yes.
for
Yeah.
a long time. And
Not
it
for a
feels
long
like
time.
I had like a piece of skin almost fall off.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of salt in there.
Whereabouts?
Like it was like one of my gums.
Yeah.
Like one of my gums, it felt like the
Oh,
skin
man.
flap was like
One
going
time,
You're not
I-
supposed
I-
to drink that. You know
I
that,
didn't
right?
fuck.
How
Dude,
did
I
the
was like 8 years old.
how did the skin on the inside of your mouth
Okay.
get fucked up
Are
from
we-
water?
are we
unless
talking
you
y'all
drink it?
let-
Probably the dry
Tristan,
air
man.
in Florida.
the first
No,
time, the first time I went swimming in the ocean was Moncton because I got family out there.
Yeah, 'cause you're
Right?
Canadian.
Anyways,
I went to Florida. You went to fucking Nova Scotia.
I've been to Florida
You're
and I went
just
to all
as
fucking
Canadian
Disney
as him.
parks. So shut the fuck up.
Hear that? He went to Disneyland. Probably.
I
didn't
went to
even get-
Disney World, bitch.
I've never been to Disney.
Disneyland.
Yeah, I've never
World.
even been
Disneyland.
to
Disney World. Disney
Land.
Florida or California.
World is the one in Florida and Orlando. Orlando, all right. Land is the one in California.
Yeah.
Get
So
your
guess
fucking
which
facts
one I
straight.
went to?
Which one?
California.
Good.
Here, are we gonna like be on track at any point?
Nah,
Do you like being on
Buddy, it's
fire? and not
35.
having
It's
enough
35
water?
and 40, 50 seconds in. We're not.
we're not. We're
Anyways,
not doing too
David, we're
bad.
so synced.
I don't know. I don't know what the
so
fuck the point of this Disney World and land argument is.
What I was gonna get to was he's talking about like the flap of skin falling off. When I was a fucking kid,
Do you know about that?
What do you mean? I don't. The only thing I know about.
I just asked it because it happened once and I wanted to remember.
Yeah, no, it happened to me
Are you
when
sure
I
you
used
weren't
to eat
chewing on it?
warheads. Because they like chemically damage the
Yeah.
skin inside your mouth. Yeah, that.
How many
that would happen to
people
me.
on this fucking planet have gotten chemical burns from warheads?
Oh, I've gotten
Anyone who's
cocaine,
eaten
but
them.
not from, like, warheads, maybe.
It's crazy.
Japan.
Anyway, I was 13
You're
when
not
I
thinking
jacked
you
off
were
for the
trying-
first time.
Try
Yeah.
Yep, it was pretty weird. Because I was just like...
Sour.
I remember the first thought that came to my mind was,
Kestrel.
I'm definitely fucking doing that again.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even know her at that point, Tristan.
I had a lot of shame the first time I
Really?
checked out.
I did not. I was
did.
like, that was amazing. I'm doing that again.
What are you doing with your
And
socks?
What,
no
what
one
did you?
can stop.
What did you?
Okay.
What did you fucking jerk off to?
Why
What?
don't you just
What
have your
made
socks
you, Tristan? It doesn't fucking
Okay.
matter,
Well,
bro.
I think...
I want to hear about Joey's first time jerking off. I don't want to hear about his socks.
Can we talk about my first time?
Sorry,
jerking
can you
off?
say that a little closer to the mic?
we could, but it's already too
Can we
late.
talk about my first time jerking off?
We just did.
Well, no. I want to go a bit more in
Yeah,
depth.
let's get into detail, guys.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
and just for the record, Mike's 18, so don't actually age restrict this video, please.
Left hand or right hand?
Oh, right hand, absolutely. All right.
Because you're gay.
Throw a fucking egg at you.
Real
Anyways,
men left
Yeah?
hand
What eggs,
only.
Michael? You don't
One's
even have
a-
milk!
Anyway, when I jacked off, I remember the first thing I thought afterwards, I had no shame. I was like, that was dope. I'm
Yeah.
doing that again.
Oh, yeah, because that's
If
what
I
you
go
said.
to hell, I'm just going to fucking
Is that what
jerk
you
off
thought?
in Satan's face.
Is that what you thought?
That was
well,
what you were
all right,
thinking
my
about?
question-
No, I was just like, I had zero shame.
Yeah.
my
It's
question-
like when I eat meat and I think about all the cows that died. I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Is that
Mine
what you're
wasn't-
thinking about when you come out and we're eating dinner?
Ah, yeah, cow meat.
You gotta smoke weed, man. You're thinking too much. It's
Yeah.
not good
Okay,
for
Joey,
you.
I
You
want
do
to
too much.
ask.
Knock it off with the fucking thing.
Joey, the first time you jerked off,
Yeah.
did you nut or not?
No.
Exactly.
You didn't?
No.
This
No,
is why
I don't even
kids
remember.
shouldn't be
14.
jerking off.
There's a term for it, as far as
What,
I
you-
know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the term is a ghost
Ghost
load.
load.
Yes. All right. So when I first started,
Oh, you
all
guys
right,
probably shouldn't have touched hands.
Yeah, that's a weird moment to high five, guys.
Anyways, I did it.
We're gonna have the same thing.
Yeah, ghost loads.
Okay. Okay. The
Oh,
first time
shit.
I did it, I didn't finish. I just put my hand over the tip. I'm like, oh shit.
That's
Trying to
not.
stop it like it's a fucking fire hose.
That's just like. So you jerked off, and at the end you're like, "Wait, I didn't mean for
It's
this
like,
to
oh,
happen."
wait, shit, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, duh. But okay, the funny thing is, all right, I did it for like 6 months and I got bored of it, so I stopped. And then 4 months later, I did it again, and you know,
I'm gonna share some information
jizzed
with
everywhere.
you in about 2
the
minutes.
thing is, I had tissues next to me,
Mike,
which was lucky as
Mike,
fuck.
I'm gonna share some information with you in about 2 minutes that's gonna change your life.
Okay.
Continue.
Hey, wait, we gotta wait 2 minutes.
So let's talk about something, and I'll bring it up in 2 minutes. So
Okay.
Joey, your turn.
Well, it's the same shit, pretty much.
Yeah.
You
That was
guys
not
are
what it was
watching-
like for me at
You
all.
guys watching
No,
anything?
let's hear about David's. Let's hear
I
about
have a very.
Oh, yeah, I actually
What'd you watch?
saw. I think it was a meme or some shit way back, and it had an ass in it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that those are like really dope now. So I looked
Yeah,
it up.
man.
That's what you were thinking. Wow, this is really dope now.
Big ass memes.
No, I looked up like asses or something.
I'm
A
gonna
bunch
bet.
of asses. I was like, yeah, it's still great.
I'm gonna bet big ass memes is an actual Instagram page.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, man.
Fucking deep fried shit.
Follow them shits.
Anyway, that was my whole story. Tristan, go ahead. What's gonna change our lives?
Okay, so
What are you gonna teach Mike?
Okay, so I don't know if he knows this, because he might know this, because Mike sent us some interesting things, so he might know this.
I've been around the web.
It's not about the web. I literally figured this out on my own, and the internet did not help. This is the only thing I can turn around and say that this happened because I thought of it.
Okay.
This happened with, and I'm sure this is going to be bleeped, but this happened with, I think it was Sarah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
She told me this because she had the idea. I don't know if you've seen this in porn before, but when girls take like a shower head and they like, put it up to their pussy and they're like, okay. So I thought the same thing. I was like, what if I do that? I'm not even joking. This is what I was doing. I'm taking it and it's like at the back of my dick, right? Because like I was like, this was like the third time I got my dick sucked.
Oh
I'm like,
no!
oh
I really
God.
don't want to hear about you shooting water up your ass, Tristan.
Oh, no,
this
I
wasn't
just,
it.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's not where this is
It just has to do
going.
with my dick. It has
You
nothing
guys
to do
ever
with
have
my
a boiling water enema? Keep
No!
going.
You ever hear about those milk
Turn off your
enemas?
stove.
Keep going.
You ever see one of those Chinese girls do an eel enema?
Shut
No.
the fuck.
Okay, we're not. This is very simple.
Nah,
Very
we're not
basic.
going there. We're not going there.
So anyways, this is what happened. So at my old house, I used to have like pressure that was like fucking off the charts. Like it was like the best pressure ever.
God.
So basically, this was like my third or fourth time that I was getting my dick sucked. So I knew at this point, kind of hit that weird. So this was like the fourth time, and I was like, okay, so I'm like sensitive in this area, and it was like everyone is.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter if you're circumcised or you're not. It's like everyone's fucking sensitive in this area. So I thought, I was like, so what if I like apply pressure to this? I was like, what happens? I swear to God, this was like doing coke, driving a Lamborghini, and then getting your dick sucked at the same. Like I cannot stress this enough.
Okay, what did you do exactly?
We're,
Well, I just have.
don't
I just.
ask exactly.
I don't want exact.
I'm gonna let you figure this out on your own.
Okay, because I have directional shower heads in there, right?
Yeah, so you can figure it out on your own. I'm
All right,
sure
well,
you'll figure it out in
But
about
we'll
two.
find out next podcast.
Oh, I'll just tell you later when we're not on air and
Okay,
Dave's
listen,
not in the room, so we don't have to.
Listen. Can we pause this shit real quick? We are all out of drinks, and
I was just about to say that.
I gotta
David.
take a piss. When we come back,
More
my
about the back.
story. We are back, everybody. We got stronger drinks and
Noodles.
Spicier noodles.
spicier noodles, I
Welcome back
guess.
to hot one. I'm sorry.
Okay, so when we left off, I recall that we were talking about jerking off for the first time.
And it's your turn.
I had not told my... So I was like 14. Yeah, keep in mind, I was a very good kid up until about 16.
Good old Christian
And
child.
I remember... This is some fuck shit, but I remember that fucking Kim Kardashian break the internet type of shit?
Yep.
Yep.
I had never looked for girls online before, but that was everywhere. So when I saw that, I was like...
You didn't have to look
I was
for
like,
it.
oh man.
I just remember how old this was.
Yeah.
He was right.
Yeah.
This was old.
This gives me feelings inside my penis I've never felt before. And so I remember I was just like, after that, I was like, should I look up the word porn? And obviously, Pornhub's the first one. And then it's like, I jerked off for the first time.
Back when the categories were like 10.
Yeah,
Over 10
and I was like, after that, I was like so confused because no one had ever taught me this shit properly. So it's like I jerked off and I was like, was that what's supposed to happen? Like I was so confused and like I had this weird thing where it's like it's kind of shameful, like you shouldn't really be doing that, but like also it's normal. I was at a weird point in my life, and I remember for a week after the first time I jerked off,
Stop it.
I remember
You
every
do that shit and you're making fun of his hair.
every guy that I saw on the streets, I was always like, that guy's jerked off before. And I was real sketched out about it. It was so weird. This dude tried to shake my hand
And I
at
had
that
issues.
week. and I was like, I don't want to shake your hand, like,
It's like-
because I was like, I know you jerked off, and it just felt like this dirty fucking thing, and no one had ever taught me it was wrong. It just felt wrong to me.
Why do you think the fist bump was invented?
That's a good fucking point.
Bro fist.
Black person.
Bro fist.
Bro fist.
PewDiePie's just like, sorry, I jacked off this morning, but I'm just gonna props you out.
I jerked off during this video.
When he shaved his ass hair to give it to Filthy
I have an
Frank.
old Markiplier shirt. I need an old PewDiePie shirt now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, the new lift shirts.
No. The old Markiplier shirt. I have the one with the M and the pink mustache.
Yeah, lift.
I got it from a fucking
That's
thrift store.
literally the nerdiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I got it from a thrift
I don't know
store.
anyone who watches Markiplier, let alone flexes that they own his merch, bro.
Hey, you guys remember when Markiplier
It is
cried on
vintage.
camera?
Okay.
I remember when every YouTuber ever cried on camera.
Yo, we gotta make a fucking David crying on camera video for this channel, or it's not gonna blow up.
They can't. I don't.
Wait. Okay, guys, the channel's getting a little bit cut off. We're having some racial problems right now.
We're gonna have to censor some.
No, it's.
Joey fucking died.
It's. I never thought
Joey.
that I would be sitting here talking
How
about
to do
this.
that Matthew Santora kind of crying.
Yeah.
Joey
He
Yeah.
tried to boof a goose's egg. It
fucking
didn't work.
That's
seen a
unrealistic,
goose,
bro.
Mike?
If you try and
Yeah,
boof
I'm
a goose
gonna
egg,
kill
it's
one
gonna
one day.
crack.
I hate them.
Who's gonna crack first, the goose or me?
The goose or your anus?
The egg in your ass.
All
Yeah,
right.
doesn't have
David's gonna
eggs, he's
start
not
the video by
a
like
woman.
turning on the camera and then leaning back into his chair.
Oh man, I'm gonna cut this whole part out about boofing goose eggs and shit like that.
Anyways,
What else do we have to talk about? Tristan, you got
Fuck
something
off.
else?
Yeah, I do actually.
All right,
I have
let's
to
hear it.
talk about the
Let's hear
fact
it.
that
Jesus. This
My
fucking
job.
rumbly
you're
bird.
in. You're in.
Yeah, it's actually very weird. I don't know if any of you guys hear Mike burping on this podcast, but I never hear him burp like in
The
normal conversation. But as soon as we turn these mics on, I swear to God, Mike's like.
You shit. You don't know me that well, man. Joey, vouch for me.
He's like Phil
Truth
Collins,
is-
but not big.
Truth is, Mike burps all the time.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
Man's
just.
got a fucking infinite gut that just spans off into the fucking universe, and it's all full of air.
Ain't no finite space in this body.
All right, Tristan, let's hear it. What else you got to talk about?
Okay, so the thing I wanted to talk about was the dispensaries in Ottawa. Specifically in Ontario, but more specifically in Ottawa.
Yeah.
It's basically a lottery system at this point. They're not handing these things out. You need a $50,000 deposit down on your business.
Yeah, and not to mention, you can't even open till April.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's Canada's really in some fuck shit. I mean, like, everyone in the U.S. is like, weed's legal in Canada now, and everyone in Canada's like, but, like, we're still hitting up the same dealers. Like,
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
really changed.
You know it.
The only difference is now I hear people making legalization jokes when I smoke weed around them, and I'm like, ah, cool, bro.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
It's like when you hear people say, like, haven't seen you since last year jokes on New Year's.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if you don't know about the weed system in Canada right now, it's basically like they made weed legal, but the only legal way to purchase it right now is to buy it online. And buying it online not only requires you to be of age, also you gotta wait like for 8 months for some shit weed.
Yeah.
It's not in a good state right now.
What if the Conservatives figure out how to do denial of service attacks? Our website is ruined.
No one uses the fucking website. Everybody's still using dealers.
Yeah, man. The thing is, it's like, okay, we're just gonna let dealers get away from it. I really was like, let's just roll it out right now. But then later, it's like, it was very obvious why they shouldn't have been doing that. They were saying like, we wanna straight legalize it first. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Sorry, we're talking about some noodles.
Yeah, fucking noodles. What the hell, bro? Talk about weed with me here, Mike. What the hell?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Nah, weed's just in a shit situation in Canada right now. Everyone's still buying from dealers. We're just pretending it's legal when we buy from them now.
No one's pretending that's legal. Everybody's just smoking it around cops and being like, hey, check it out, dude is smoking next to a cop.
Yeah.
It's legal now.
It's
A
weird
cop-
because it's
cop's like, where'd you get that? You don't got your own dealer?
Guys, where'd you get that? What are you, a cop? Seriously.
Want to see what my dad sends me?
It's tits. It's tits.
Let me see.
Want to see what my dad sends me? I'm not even joking. This is what he sends me. He sends me
tits.
like those chain fucking mail things,
Well, let me get a good view of the tits.
and then I'm like he's 52 or 50 or whatever. Like
I'm starting to hate this podcast.
he sent me this.
You open your phone for no reason.
Shut the fuck up.
And
Turn
then
that shit
then I send him the security guard, looking like fucking Roger Ailes. Where he's like,
thanks for listening, guys. This podcast has gotten so fucking derailed.
Yeah.
So, David, I guess just do your fucking ASMR thing and we'll shut this absolute abortion off.
Yeah, I hate that it has to end like this on such a low note. But I don't think it's getting any better than this. I think it's only getting worse. I think that some people are drinking too much.
Hey, fuck you,
Some
David.
people are not drinking enough. I'm clearly way
I'll
too
cheers to
sober.
that.
I'm super aware of how bad this podcast is. Clearly, I'm not drunk enough. Listen, everybody, if you listened this far in, you're probably going to listen to the next one. And let me tell you, it's hopefully going to be better, but the odds are low.
so listen, right? So we're gonna be back. Now I did talk about a contest that was gonna happen. The contest is still up. Now this contest is gonna be based on numbers that are gonna be coming up. Now, if you listen to the end of the podcast, you will know that the numbers equal coordinates. I am having one of my agents come out to this podcast, and I'm having him go out and hide this certain prize out in a very interesting location. And the first person that finds it, please let us know. We'll have our Instagram in the description. You can DM us and let us know what's going on.
We're going to give you drugs.
For the record, it is not going to be drugs.
If any police are listening, it's not drugs.
And if anyone...
Ari Shafir got fucking arrested by a state trooper for doing that.
Number
He did that hide the
3709.
edible thing with the fucking breath strips. Marijuana breath strips.
Yeah.
And his manager's like, hey, did you get arrested for hiding acid in H&M? No, I got arrested for hiding an edible in a J. Crew. That's what he did.
Alright, David, hit the fucking ASMR shit and shut this off.
Hey, listen. I love you. Your mama loves you. Don't kill yourself. Just listen to our podcast and maybe we'll give you drugs at some point.
Don't make your arm look like a barcode. Make it look like something fabulous. Signing off
Alright, bye.
with the boys.
Alright, man, I've been David Loops. This is Tristan something, Joey
Go
something.
J-Lo.
fuck yourself.
And
If you ain't high at 2 p.m., go fuck yourself.